Hello, Tanya. Good morning. Well, I guess it's the afternoon. Who can even keep track anymore?
Hi, good afternoon. It's nice to finally get on here and get to talk with you.
I know, I'm really excited. It's been a great day. I hope you're having as great of a day as I'm having.
Yeah, it's a little chilly here in South Carolina right now, but we're working with it.
I know I'm actually from New York, so like this seems like nothing to me, but since I lived in college or we lived in South Carolina for all of college, it's like now I'm just like, wow, 40 degrees is freezing when in New York I was in like 20-degree weather.
Right, I can totally understand. My family's originally from Wisconsin, so
Really?
we've gotten over the winter, so we're not really happy when it gets even below 50 here.
Yeah, I know. I'm moving to Florida soon though, so I'm really excited to be in the warm weather and not have to worry about the winter anymore.
I know. It's my favorite time of year when it gets cold. Christmas is the only thing that gets me through this time.
Right. Are you a Beatles fan? I see all these Beatles posters behind you.
I am actually. I have also I can turn my screen. I have another one right there.
Oh wow, I love that. I had a roommate in college actually that was a really big Beatles fan, so she kind of like got me into all of their music. And
Oh,
"Here
that's
Comes the Sun" has
awesome.
become like my wake up song. I make it my alarm sound in the morning because it's like the
Oh,
most
it
beautiful
puts you in
thing to wake up
such a
to.
good mood. That's a great one.
Yeah, I love it. It has me always in a great mood in the morning, so it's a great song.
Yeah, I
But
love to hear it.
so I know we talked about a 10-minute meeting. Is that still all right with you?
Yeah, that's great with me.
Okay, awesome. So just to set a quick agenda for today, really all I want to do is just learn about your role as a sales trainer, maybe any problems that you're facing right now, and just kind of understand what your goals are, one as a sales trainer, but just as an organization overall, and see how a sales technology could fit in and help you achieve those goals. So how does that sound to you?
That sounded good with me.
Okay, awesome. So before I move on, I just want to clarify. So, other than yourself, are there any other decision makers in this process that I should be aware of? And then I'll have to have a conversation with in the future.
Yeah, so actually, to move forward, we will have to talk with my supervisor, Taylor
Okay.
uh, Thompson, who has to make that final decision. But I'm kind of getting a feel for what you guys have to offer before we bring it to Taylor.
Okay, sounds good. You'll have to tell her I love her name.
Oh, I will.
All right. So, before we get into like the bulk of it here, just tell me a little bit about your role as a sales trainer, and what your role looks like from a day to day.
Yeah, so my job is taking care of our team, making sure that they are ready to face new customers, ready to sell our products really well. We have a wide range of products with polymers and stuff.
Mhm.
So just kind of training them on the actual product itself, and then also how to just be a reputable salesperson, how to interact with people.
Yep.
Lots and lots of training, more on like an individual basis. We don't do like a lot of group training because everyone's a little different. So
Okay. And are you using any sales tools right now to help with that training process or in the pre-call planning stages of things?
right. So, softwares that we currently use, we use Crystal, which I'm sure you're aware of what Crystal is.
Mhm.
Similar, I guess, from what I hear from you guys. But we use Crystal, and then we use Salesforce just as a team, But other than that, no other software is being used.
Okay. And have you looked into other sales tools?
I did attempt to. I got a little overwhelmed when I saw all the different options, and they're all pretty different. It's hard to figure out which one's best for us to use.
Yeah, I get that. It can be really overwhelming, but hopefully I can clear some things up for you, at least from an XIQ perspective today.
Yeah, that would
So,
be great.
how many sales reps do you currently have, both
So,
inside and outside?
yeah, so inside we have 109 sales reps right now. Oh wait, that's outside. My bad.
Okay.
I apologize. 109 would be outside. That's across the U.S. and the U.K.
Okay.
And then 68 inside reps, and 42 of those are here in South Carolina with us, and 26 are over in Ireland.
Okay.
So we're pretty spread out.
So, can you tell me a little bit about how your reps typically would be preparing for calls?
So everyone seems to kind of have their own way of preparing. There's no designated way that we're doing it. That's kind of like what I was saying in the training. You know, we don't know if it's best to have a company unified way of doing it, or if we should just let them do it the way that they see best.
Right.
So some people are just kind of Googling their customers, utilizing LinkedIn, things like that, just kind
Yeah.
of looking ahead of the game.
So I can imagine, with like a lack of just kind of like unified way of doing things, it makes your job a lot harder. So tell me just about some of the challenges that you face as a sales trainer with the way that everyone does everything differently like that.
Right. So with everyone doing things differently, I would say that we it's hard to give advice when people want to do things their own way and when we allow them to do it their own way. It's hard to, because then, as a trainer, I give advice or I instruct, and it doesn't really fit the way that they want to do it. And then nothing really gets solved, nothing gets changed. So that's a problem that I face as a trainer. And um, so I guess just kind of guiding people along the way. It's difficult when everyone's trying to do it their own way.
Okay. So it seems like really just that lack of consistency in preparation makes it kind of difficult for you as a trainer to have this like unified, like, here's how you do things, here's how we're going to do things as an organization, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I would really prefer if, my role would make more sense if we did something similar to each other,
Right. And I know you mentioned earlier that you have a lot of reps in Ireland. So what challenges or problems have you faced with that? I mean, I imagine it's probably hard to kind of, without a unified way of doing things, kind of keeping everyone on the same page.
Yeah. So keeping track of people across the sea, obviously South Carolina, Ireland, two very different places.
Mhm.
Um, it's hard to make sure that the sales reps are ready for that culture. Like we're based out of South Carolina, our sales reps do well, we're like, hey, we have this opportunity over in Ireland, and we send them over there. And of course we try and recruit locally there as much as we can, but a lot of them start with Zeus here. um, so preparing them for the differences in cultures, and people are different over there, their personalities are different, how you approach them, it's different from America. And um so that it's almost like, even if we had a unified system, that would probably need to be tailored to um whether it's the UK or Ireland.
Yeah, I completely get that. So it sounds like moving forward, our two biggest problems here are really just the lack of consistency in your training plan and how you coach those salespeople in doing that, and then making sure that all of your reps, both in the US and the UK, are on the same page here.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So how do these problems affect you personally in your role every day?
well, I feel like I never have the same day twice, but I don't mean that in a good way. It's kind of
Right.
chaotic, keeping track of um, teams, individuals. It definitely puts a little bit of stress, and I feel like I'm not utilizing my time the way I could be. I'm trying to play catch up with each sales member, and so I feel like I don't I spend a lot of time doing things, but I'm not getting a lot done.
Mhm. And if you continue to have this like kind of I don't want to say chaotic, but I guess disorganized way of like having this pre-call planning, do you think that would affect salesperson turnover in the long run?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because it's, when you can't instruct someone well, they don't always meet their quotas. People aren't making the commission they need to support themselves, and they eventually leave. And um, it's hard because then that means I now train a new person. And so our turnover is definitely a problem. And just trying to get the team all on one, we're a team, but not necessarily team. No one's really working in the same pace and goals and stuff.
Right. So what would it mean for you if you had some sort of tool that would enable all of your salespeople to have kind of like maybe like a single PDF of like all of the insights about the industry and the people that they're talking to, personality wise, like in one PDF that could be easily shared between everyone on their team, both in the US and the UK? What would that mean for you as a sales trainer?
As a trainer, it would be great for people to be able to access just information across the board. I feel like it could inform our members and save a lot of time not having to search around, call people, get updates on different prospects and things like that. Um, it would make things easier. So, for one, and two, I feel like it would just help the preparedness across markets, going into sales calls and
Right.
having something right at your fingertips. That would be great.
Mhm. And if we could use a tool to kind of standardize this pre-call planning process, how much easier would that make your job as a trainer moving forward, in training salespeople to kind of handle that planning piece of it?
Well, I definitely think that I would be able then to, if I can give a concrete way of preparing, I feel like that would give the sales team some confidence, like they feel like they have the tools they need to close a sale, to meet with the customer for the first time, like, the big things. As a trainer, I feel like I could just be more confident in myself by helping my team be more confident in themselves.
Right. Well, and we both know that confidence is key in sales. So,
Yeah.
based on our conversation, I just want to kind of briefly gather or like outline what I've gathered from our conversation thus far. I know we talked about the two problems being mainly just the consistent way to approach that pre call planning piece of it, and then making sure that all of that information is meaningful and powerful in conversations both in the US and the UK. Correct?
Yes, that.
All right. So, just based on our conversation, I genuinely feel like XIQ would be a really great solution for you and your team. And I think that it would really enable you to be one, more confident as a trainer and having this straightforward approach and telling salespeople, hey, here's this tool you can use to search people and search industries, and be able to coach and give advice as you go in a much more straightforward and efficient way. And then from an international perspective, so really quickly, just XIQ essentially has information on all companies. We can give up-to-date news on all companies, but from an in-depth like insights perspective, we actually can give insights on the global 1000. So you'll be able to cover like that international piece there, and that won't be so much of a problem. And then we do all of the US. So like anything from the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So anything that's like publicly traded, we have that in our website. So essentially, this tool would just enable your salespeople to look up the people that they're going to talk to, whether that be another sales rep or an executive. From all pieces of that puzzle, you'll be able to look it up and have these personality insights that really help your salespeople tailor those conversations and just have the most efficient and effective conversation possible. And then obviously from an international perspective, you'll get industry insights and from all over the world and that current news that can really be used as sales triggers in those conversations so that you have like 5 times more qualified leads than what you currently have. And I really think if you were to implement a solution like this, you'd really be able to just one, employ your salespeople with a tool that is meaningful and effective for both both the US and the UK, but also just have a straightforward way of approaching that training piece of it. So I know I kind of gave a lot of information there, but I would really love to set up a demo maybe. I know you mentioned Taylor at the beginning of the call, so I don't know if we could find some time to talk with her and maybe just show you the software and what that actually looks like for you and a salesperson at Zeus.
Right. I'm definitely open to meeting with you again and bringing Taylor along. Just one thing that I think I need a little bit of clarification on, and I think Taylor will also need it because we are currently paying for Crystal. We
Right.
are on Crystal right now, and so it seems similar to XIQ in some ways, and I just wanted to know, like, if you could just go over again, is the insights to like the businesses and things like that, is that something unique to XIQ? Like, is that something we already, like, we're not getting, you know?
Yeah, that is unique to XIQ. So essentially what XIQ's whole formula is, right, is this emotional intelligence paired with industry insights. So that is unique to us. And that will be an added feature that you'll get there, which really just enables your sales force to have more effective conversations that are based not just on the people that they're talking to, but the industries that they're talking with. And I know with Zeus, you guys are involved with multiple industries across the board. So I think it would be really beneficial for you to look into a software like this. I know that Crystal is a great tool. I'm not going to talk bad about Crystal at all, but I think that your salespeople will have a better time using XIQ and just be able to get a lot more out of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I think since we are already paying for something, that's something that the switching over costs and things like that, Taylor's going to be concerned with. So,
I
um,
totally understand your concern. It's they are very similar, so I completely get that, and I do empathize with that. It's something that we get a lot, but I want you to know that there are differences that are pretty significant, and I think that it'll be a lot more effective in the long run for your salespeople and for you as a trainer.
okay, that sounds great with me.
All right, well, I will see you. How about next week around the same time? We can pull Taylor in, and I'll show you a little bit of a demo.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I'll talk with Taylor, but I'm sure she's available next week. So
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya.
thank you.